Good morning, students. Today we will learn about the new chapter, that is control and coordination. Before starting the chapter, let us get to know about some of the related terms. The first related term is stimuli. Actually, stimuli is the response towards the environment. The changes in the environment to which living organisms respond are called stimuli, and stimulus are heat, cold, sound, smell, taste, touch, pressure, gravity, water, etc. Living organisms respond to stimuli in the form of body movements. Now, the second is the coordination. For a proper response to a stimulus, many organs in the body should work together. For example, when we feel cold, we just fold our hands. That means folding of hands is the body movement we are showing. And in this, then our nerve cells, then our muscles of the hand, our brain, they all work together. The working together of various organs in an organism to produce a proper response to a stimulus is called coordination. So, coordination means the working together of all the organs in an organism so that a proper response to a stimulus is done is known as the coordination. And coordination is different in animals and it is different in the plants also. In animals, control and coordination is done by the nervous system and the endocrine system. In plants, control and coordination is done by chemical substances, and that chemical substances is the hormones. So it is plant hormones, or the plant hormones is known as the phytohormones. Here you can see the figure of the reflex action. Whenever something hurts in our muscles or our skin, it is picked up by the quadriceps muscles. Then the blue line is the sensory neuron. The sensory neuron picks that messages and bring it to the brain. From the brain, this signal is converted into chemical signal, and again it is picked up by the motor neuron. The red part is the motor neuron, and this is reached towards the effector site. Now, reflex action. Reflex action is a sudden, unconscious and involuntary response to the effectors or a stimulus. That means reflex action is a sudden action and it is involuntary, it is not in our control. Suppose we see some dangerous object, we start running, and start running is a sudden response towards the to escape from that dangerous site. And the very easy example is when we suddenly touch something hot, we immediately withdraw our hand. So, in this reflex action, the nerves in the skin, which is the receptor, detects the heat and passes the messages through the sensory nerves to the spinal cord. So, reflex action is controlled by the spinal cord. Then the information passes through the motor nerves to the muscles or the effector site of the hand, and we withdraw our hand. Here you can see again the same picture of the brain of the peripheral nervous system and the central nervous system. Now here you can also see when a pin is pricked in our muscles, that means the skin, which is a sense organ. Here the dendrites pick that messages, passes it to the cell body through the axons or the sensory neuron. It reaches to the brain or the spinal cord. Then the spinal cord or the brain gives messages to the motor neuron, and again it reaches to the effector site. Now here the structure of the neuron or the nerve cell, a typical structure here, the dendrites. Then dendrites are the branch structure, the cell body. Inside the cell body, nucleus is present. There are axons, and covering of the axon is known as the myelin sheath. Inside the axon, Schwann cells are present, and in between the two axons node of Ranvier is present, and it is terminated to the axon terminal, or we can say that the synapse. Now, in this diagram, you can see how one neuron or one nerve cell is connected towards the another nerve cell. Same here, the dendrite, again the cell body, nucleus, then axons, myelin sheath. Here you can see the signal direction, how the signal passes, and it reaches towards the synaptic terminals or the synapse. Here the again messages are converted into electrical signal. From here the messages are picked from the chemical signal, then electrical signals, then again here the exchange of signals, and again the chemical signals, and passes to the electrical signals. Now reflex arc. Actually reflex arc is the path by which reflex action takes place. In a reflex arc, the stimulus is received by the receptor. Same here, any stimulus is received by the receptor or the sense organ, and it passes through the sensory nerves to the spinal cord. So reflex action is again controlled by the controlled by the spinal cord. From the spinal cord, the information passes through the motor nerves to the effectors or the muscles or the glands of the for the response. This is the important schematic diagram. Here some stimulus is taken, then the receptors sense the stimulus, it passes through the sensory nerves, reaches towards the spinal cord. Spinal cord gives command to the motor nerves, and motor nerves bring it back to the effector or the muscle glands. Now coordination in animals. In animals, control and coordination is done by the nervous system and the endocrine system. The nervous system consists of brain, spinal cord, and the nerves. Now receptors are actually the sense organs. We are having the 5 sense organs which receive the stimuli and pass the messages to the brain or spinal cord through the sensory nerves. The 5 receptors are photoreceptors. It is present in the eyes and it detects the light. Second one is the phonoreceptor. It is present in the ears to detect the sound. Third one is the olfactory receptor. It is present in the nose to detect the smell. Now gustatory receptor, the fourth one, it is present in the tongue to detect the taste. And the last is the tangoreceptor. It is present in the skin to detect the touch. So there are 5 types of receptors: photo, phono, olfactory, gustatory, and tango. Now what is effector? These are the muscles and the glands which respond to the information from the brain and the spinal cord through the motor nerves. Now sensory nerves are the nerves which carry information from the receptors or sense organs to the brain and the spinal cord. Motor nerves are the nerves which carry information from the brain and the spinal cord to the effector. So sensory nerves take messages from the receptors to the brain, and motor nerves takes messages from brain to the effector. Now the instant questions, you have to respond quickly. In humans, the life processes are controlled and regulated by dash. Second, the gap between two neurons is called dash. Third, junction between two neurons is called dash. In a synapse, chemical signal is transmitted from dash. In the fifth, in a neuron, conversion of electrical signal to a chemical signal occurs at or in at dash. Now check your answers. The first correct answer is nervous and endocrine system. Second and third is the synapse. Either it is a junction or it is a gap. Fourth correct answer is an axonal end of one neuron to dendritic end of the another neuron. That means from axon to dendrite, and again dendrite to the another neuron. Now, and the last one is the axonal end. Here some home assignments, homework is given. The first question is identify the parts of the neuron. You know that there are the parts of the neuron like the dendrite, the cell body, axon, and the synapse. You have to tell the parts of a neuron. where information is acquired or received, through which information travels as an electrical impulse, and where this impulse must be converted into a chemical signal from onboard transmission. You have to only name the parts of the neuron. Question number 2, define reflex action and reflex arc. You have to give in one sentence only. Third, draw well-labeled diagram of a neuron. Fourth, what happens at the synapse between two neurons? And the last, what is the difference between a reflex action and walking? You have to give only 1 point of difference. The next topic for study is human brain. Thank you.